Good time of the day. Do you tell people you read books meanwhile you are just listening to audiobooks? Let's be honest, reading books, especially telling people that you read books, is quite pompous. When you say that you want to flex, you want to boast a little bit, you want to showcase your intellectual superiority, because ever since childhood, everybody is taught that if you read, you become smart. Therefore, nowadays, if you tell people that you read, you seem smart to them. But is listening to audiobooks really the same thing as reading? If it is, then let's take it a step further. If I have just watched all the Harry Potter movies, can I say that I have read all the Harry Potter books? To me, that seems like the same thing. You just took it a step further. You went from books to audio, and then you just added like motion picture to it. The same thing, right? What if we reverse the process? What if you take a song, but instead of listening to it, you will just read the lyrics? So, can you say that you listen to music when you just read the lyrics from the Genius website? Because sometimes I hear people say, oh, I read one book a week, and I'm always surprised to hear that, because I read one book maybe every 2 months, and if it's like a good period of time, usually it can take me half a year to read a book, or a year, I don't know how long. I'm a slow reader. I just don't understand. If you want to simplify the process of reading so much that you go into audiobooks, well, why not just watch movies? If you read fiction, watch a fictional movie, like, I don't know, science fiction or fantasy. If you watch scientific movies, well, go watch a documentary. I understand that sometimes audio format is much more convenient, but if you have watched a documentary or watched the Lord of the Ring trilogy, you will not go around telling people that you have read a book by Stephen Hawking or by what's his name, Tolkien, yeah? I want to emphasize that I hold nothing against audiobooks, but we are not going to have a conversation where you retell me a book and pretend to be very smart, educated, well-read. Here you can see on my shelf the last 2 books of the Song of Ice and Fire series by George Martin. It took me several years to finish this series, and a lot of concentration, a lot of willpower, because I'm actually not a fan of reading at all. It wouldn't be the same if I had just downloaded an audio version of this book and listened through it, and I actually watched the show after reading the books. So could I just watch the show instead? Maybe. Would I go around telling people that I have read the books if I have only watched the show? I hope not. When you read an actual book, your eyes go through every single word, and to process every single word which you follow with your eyes is much more difficult than listening to stuff. You don't overthink it, you don't focus your attention on one specific phrase, you don't enlarge your vocabulary as much when you listen to an audiobook, which is my main incentive to read. I just want to learn more words, or to be more educated, I guess, or well-spoken. But actually, I read as a more like an experiment on myself. I have never read in my life too much. And in my university years, I decided to myself that maybe I should give it a go. Maybe it will give some benefits to my personality. I don't know. So where I'm going with this video is that I want to call out all the people who pretend that they are readers when they are realistically listeners. You cannot convince me otherwise. Many people who listen to audiobooks, they just want to get as many benefits and as much acknowledgement as they can from being a reader, but they don't want to put all this effort into reading. They want to sound smart in the conversation, and they want people to praise them for their great reading skills, but they don't want to dedicate their time and effort to actually reading. They would rather blast some book while driving or while working out, I don't know, which is fine as well if you just do it for getting some information, but don't bring it up while we are having a conversation, you pretentious bitch. No kissy. Because reading and listening engages different parts of your brain. And once again, I haven't listened to any audiobook about neuroscience to be prepared, but I suppose to listen to something is much easier than reading something. To read something, you need much more concentration and even mental capacity. And let's say I'm listening to some new hip-hop album by some lyrical rapper like J. Cole or Eminem. Can I say that I'm reading a book? I will just go around telling people, yo, what's up? You know, I just read this book about life, about success, about how to prosper, about how to invest. 2 years later, that shit was 8 million. I can't wait to give that shit to my children. Yeah, that's some tough reading, man. That was a good book, man. 444 book, Hirsky, Dabrowski, Browski. Yeah, that new Ghana book, man. That new Ghana book, Pushing P. Yeah, the book was like, she's not a lesbian. For P, she turned lesbian, man. That was such a nice book. Oh my goodness, that's literature, man. That was a nice read, man. Stop playing with me, boy. You listen. You don't read, boy. I'm cool with you getting your information from listening. I'm cool with you getting your information, your knowledge from watching something. I'm cool with you getting knowledge from reading. I'm not cool with you lying to everybody. You're such a liar, pencil. Stop pretending. If you listen to audiobooks, say, I listen to audiobooks. Just stop trying to be something you're not. Thank you for watching this video, or maybe for reading this book, right? My boy. I'll see you later.